Does 64 feel more or less technical than Yoshi and just not comparable? People have asked me this a bunch here. As a veteran Yoshi speedrunner, now on 64, what's harder? What can you compare to them? I'll try to keep this one short. So like Yoshi Hundo is a 2.5 hour category, where the hardest trick is an hour 50 into the run. It's pretty far into the run. Honestly, it saves carpetless amounts of time, but it's really fucking hard. It's a 90-second auto scroller skip that saves 70 to 90 depending on how hard you go for it. So in terms of like composure, endurance, and hard tricks that you can go for, like all the hard shit that's like got a really shitty risk reward ratio, all of those aspects are overlapping between Mario 64 at high level and Yoshi at high level. But where it gets hard to compare to is that fundamentally Yoshi's a 2D platformer, and Mario is a 3D platformer. So Mario has camera movement and quite honestly a higher variable of movement. You know, Mario can move in 360 directions with a camera to have to manage as well. So it's like two things you must pilot simultaneously. Yoshi is a 2D side scroller where, you know, it's Yoshi, you pilot Yoshi. Alternatively, Mario must traverse to all tangible and interactive objectives in the game. Mario must move to and touch enemies, interactables, coins, stars. You must move Mario to the objective, right? So it's all about your movement choices and expression getting to the objective. Yoshi, very different there. Yoshi can use enemies as a resource, make them eggs, and then shoot the eggs at shit. Which the eggs have tremendous travel. The eggs move like 5 times faster than Yoshi's fastest movement. And the eggs can travel 1.5 screenfuls in any direction. So if you're good at aiming eggs, you can negate the necessity of Yoshi to travel to objectives and collectibles. And the eggs are quite powerful in that game because you can just shoot them at flowers and red coins or enemies. Or you can just shoot them at shit, catch the ricocheted egg, and then make it into what you need out of stars. So it's kind of like, so it's like, I'm bringing also up because they're just so fundamentally different that on a gameplay mechanical basis, it's not really fair to compare. I don't want to say that Yoshi's harder. It comes off as cocky because I'm like, of course the Yoshi guy's going to be biased, say that Yoshi's harder. Not what I'm getting at there. I just wish there was like, I wish y'all could see the 64 runners hop on Yoshi because you would just see how they would struggle because it's like a really unintuitive thing to get used to. I think I'm faring pretty well comparatively in this hypothetical. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe convince someone to do the reverse experiment here. Let's see someone hop on Yoshi for 30 days and see how that goes. Yeah, no, both are fantastic speed games that are very enjoyable, very expressive. I don't really see them as like directly comparable. If you want like the boring answer, they're just too fundamentally different from reasons I've just explained. But I do think people coming to Yoshi, if I'm being honest, they probably would just hate it. They would probably be like, bro, this skill set to like manage a set moving aiming reticle while moving and piloting Yoshi, it's jank as fuck and I don't like it. I think that's what most people who've never played Yoshi are gonna say. And then they see what I've done in that game, they're gonna be like, what, how the f do you deal with this on? Maybe I could be pleasantly surprised. You know, I really only have like not too many runners who are like dominant in their field who have I seen really explore Yoshi. The only person I can think of who I can give like a tangible example would be like Grand Pooh Bear. Grand Pooh Bear does Kaizo Mario and has played Yoshi and has openly admitted he hates Yoshi. He hates how Yoshi plays. He does not like playing Yoshi's Island. Not mad about it, but it is like, that is someone who on record has said that before. So, I'm just going to assume that his opinion is probably what most people are going to say. They don't, because again, it's a really unorthodox skill set to have to operate that thing, but it's also just a remnant of like trying to find advanced control mechanics in a 2D platformer right at the inception of 3D gaming. But even above that, I mean, honestly, look, even if you're like not a speedrunner, Yoshi's Island is like not an easy game. Like that game will definitely fuck you up. So like, you know, like even on a casual basis, going 100% on Yoshi is hard. If I may here, I would maybe a cold take here. I would say that Yoshi 100% is definitely harder than Mario 120 as a casual player. Like no time restraints. Take your time. Like Yoshi will f you up for sure. So so there's that aspect to consider. Also, again, the fact that like Yoshi is like an hour longer than 120 star, that endurance factor comes into play here. Like you're gonna be pretty pressed to shove in like 2 runs a day of Yoshi Hundo. It's just a longer game, for better or for worse. So endurance does play a factor certainly there. But I do think that however, inversely, I would say that 120 star is a way more optimized speed run. So the stress of it is tremendous too. But that's also just a testament that both are fantastic speed games, because both have very minimal RNG, both have just pure gameplay bliss with high expressiveness, express capability, and skill ceiling. And if you get really in tune with their mechanics, you can just fucking be a god. And you're just playing optimal, honestly. It's pretty fucking crazy. Yeah, that's the answer I would give. In conclusion, 64 and Yoshi, what they share in common is both have really hard shit late in the game. Both are, you know, admittedly daunting lengths to consider at their 100% percentile completion. Both have highly expressive capability and really tremendously high skill ceilings. But beyond that, due to the fact that like literally you're piloting Mario and a camera to give you visibility while piloting Mario, and Mario must traverse to all objectives, comparatively, Yoshi has no camera to really micromanage, but you essentially need to like imagine 1.5 screenfuls at any direction, because the eggs can interact with anything that you shoot off screen. And there is a lot of that I do in the game. So I am doing like off screen sniping, if you will. Like you go into a room, aim, you know, think about hands on the clock here. Aim at like 1 o'clock and just like fucking shoot the red coin off camera, turn around, go back out of there. You know, there's a lot of that going on, because you have like the capability to like interact very far away from the objective in question here and use enemies as a resource. Comparatively, the only time that Mario can really use an enemy as a resource is like when you kill a Koopa and get a shell. For the most part, I would say here. So yeah, they have some things in common, but like their mechanics fundamentally make them kind of hard to compare to. Okay, cool. So that's try hard in chat if you enjoyed my tangent. There might be a YouTube video actually. I don't know if that's like a good enough explanation here, but
Yeah.